Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Great Wizard Bukake, your host. Our heroes are sorting out their various plans within Assguard. King Butthole welcomed yet another hero to the nation before heading to see Krendan. Gartok made a new friend to share his love of nature with, and Quinny collected the tool he needed to disarm Cormium Planteer. But what Planteer-based dangers lie around the next corner? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
Butthole, you have spent a day being a king. You have heard petitioners. You have helped get some basic systems up and running. You are investigating the possibility of opening like a Hall of Heroes. You're shopping some names around to random people you're meeting. You've assigned a new scout, Adam Farch, no relation, to patrol the Fortress of Forlorn Hope. And now you find yourself with an evening. What are you doing?
Visiting Krendan. The job never ends. I need to know how that my captain, my third captain of the Hammerers. I need to know how he's doing.
Great. So you arrive at the hospital and you're happy to see that it's been set up fairly well in the time since the big fights and everything else. Kazos has clearly been helpful in getting things up and running and stocked. And yeah, it's still a little bit rough, but it is looking more and more like a functional hospital space.
Great.
Also, you know, Akan never had a proper restful hospital. It was all field hospital type thing. So there's something kind of nice to entering a medical space, I think, and not seeing just, temporary cots and things set up. It's actually built for people to recover and heal. Obviously, you're greeted by guards who immediately bring you through to Krendan. You see Krendan just kind of in, for lack of better term, like Teen Wolf mode. So he's kind of half transformed. He could still, rock a bomber jacket and dunk a basketball.
As is expected of every hammerer.
Every Teen Wolf and Hammerer, yeah. And is in a sort of tossing and turning in one of the beds. And there's an attendant nearby with water and kind of other things, just sort of standing by in case he needs it. And the nurse raises his hand and just says, "Pardon me, Your Highness, you'll just need a moment."
Okay.
And you see Krendan just be like, "Oh, blah, blah." And he kind of shakes his head a little bit, and he looks up. He says, "Oh, my lord," and he tries to get up to.
Oh, no, you're good. Stay there.
No, good.
I'll pull up a chair.
Falls back into the bed.
How you doing, dude? This looks awful. Pulls up a chair next to the bed and sits down.
It is not great.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, I'm sort of stuck halfway. As you can see, I'm neither wolf nor man, some kind of wolf man instead of a werewolf. It's remarkably strange, and I feel ill and confused, almost as though I have a fever. It's like when I was first turned.
All right, well, let me try something for you first. And he's going to cast Remove Curse with a hand just to see what happens.
Nope.
Well, crap. Okay. So here's what I know. I've been told that we killed Zog the Red Wolf.
Oh.
So he's out.
Oh.
Is this messing with your gumbo somehow?
Yes. Yeah. That means a whole strain of the gumbo has been... Well, no wonder. Yes.
But it's interesting because, you seem to be really struggling with it, and, Gartok, totally cool.
Right, but Gartok is one of many personas in a central core being, and the wolf seems to rotate through, whereas I'm just with wolf.
Yeah.
So I would assume, only me and my brother were affected by the gumbo. Luckily, Chickless Nage didn't distribute it much more widely than that, so... Only he and I would be affected if the gumbo... All the Red Wolf strain folks would be affected separately, but I guess...
we killed all of them. They're all dead.
So very affected. I guess for me then, I'll just have to be prepared to change a bit more each time a strain of the gumbo is removed.
Wow, I didn't know this would happen to you. I'm so sorry. Otherwise, we could have, kept him alive and put him all in a box and done him at once or something.
And Krendan... He has no poker face because he has a wolf face. Just pulls his, back in that, ugh. kind of gesture, he says, no, that's you don't need to put anyone in a box for me, sir.
Okay.
And it's okay. This is, as you know, I was part of the Fries. My brother and I, we took Chickless Nage's Alpha Gumbo, not necessarily fully willingly, but not unwillingly.
It was a blurred
little bit
line,
of a gray space there. Wanted
Critical
power,
necessity,
didn't really know, so on and so
Betas
forth.
to an alpha.
Yeah. In hierarchy, not in nature.
Yeah.
So
You're a Sigma, we know it.
it's
By Squad Sigma Force.
rah. But if this is the cost, it is worth it. It is worth it to rid this world of the Alpha Gumbo, no matter what the toll on me is.
Well, is there anything we can do to make you more comfortable? Like, what?
They've been taking great care of me. I just can't. And then suddenly, like, his body convulses a bit, and he does full, like, werewolf bar mitzvah acting. He's got, like, the little claws going, does a little thriller. He says, this just keeps happening to me as the gumbo is figuring out what it's going to do.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, but I mean, we'll take whatever time you need. You know, your position's waiting for you. Take as many days off as necessary.
I just take my job as one of your captains very seriously, and I regret that I'm not able to help right now because I'm busy doing werewolf. And it does more werewolf shtick.
Do you know what? It's good you're taking some you time. You know, take this time to rest. You can do some thinking. So here's something I've been thinking on. If you want to look ahead to the future, if that's helpful. So I'm thinking we got a lot of adventurers showing up apparently, but like not super experienced to like, I guess, some veterans. And they're just like showing up looking for quests and stuff to do. And we don't really have that because we have a desert. And right now we're just trying to rebuild a city. And I don't think we can just rope them into like a quest to build affordable housing because they seem to be more interested in the traditional stuff. I was thinking we should put together a business group that like can train heroes and send heroes out on missions, and we take a cut and we guarantee they're like legit and they're not going to like betray whoever hires them or whatever. And I was thinking you'd be a pretty good fit for that because you've been in multiple bands, you know what's going on, you got a good eye for talent. And then I'm trying to figure out what to name it. And so far I've got the Assguards because if you're good, they'll protect your ass.
Guard your ass.
And if you're bad, they'll beat your ass.
Oh,
He's got it.
So I was thinking you could run that, and then we could like scout hammers out of it, and I could do awards or whatever. We kind of rank people and see how they're doing, and just, you know, if people need to do stuff for and or with us, it's easy to send them out.
Sir, I would be honored. I don't know that I have tremendously good judge of character capabilities.
We could just send Farthole and he could zone of truth everybody.
You don't want Sir Reginald?
Reginald's kind of doing his own thing. I think this is a you thing, Krendan, because Reginald is many things, but he's not an adventurer. He's not going out looking for quests. And his general theory would be to hire no one because they will all betray him.
Fair enough. If you trust me with this, sir, I could put together the Assguards. I'd be kind of partial to Krendan's commandos myself, but I understand the...
Well, I would say, if you want to look at that, when people earn their way into that top 10%, those are Krendan's commandos, otherwise they're Assguards.
I like that.
Then we can charge an extra rate for them, and those are the ones that, like, we can meet, or if we got to send them on something important, we can do that.
It's just a slightly fancier quest board.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then you can pick, like, your top tier, so we got, like, Assguards, we got Krendan's commandos, and then we can just figure this out. Nobody's even been there yet. Oh, do they get a black card? Who knows? It's going to be crazy.
Sure. I can start putting that together as soon as I'm in control of.
Take your time to figure out the wolf thing.
Side.
Figure out Chagumbo, but it'll give you time if you want to think of how you want to structure it. What are the different tiers you want to offer? What are the cool rewards? We'll help you, and we'll help sort it all out.
I would be honored, so thank you.
Great. You're the hero we need. Thank you, my friend.
And he kind of grasps your hand and he says, I do not want my condition to cause you to hesitate in the putting down of these wolves. They gotta go.
All right, as long as it's going to be net better for you, we'll keep doing it. And if that changes, you have to tell me.
Okay, well, it's not net better for me. I kind of had a good grasp on it, but it will be net better for Gartok, and that, I believe, is of more importance to the kingdom.
Yeah, you're pretty important, Krendan.
There are also a lot of other people inflicted by individual curses.
See, that makes sense to me. It's like we got to solve that. So,
yep.
And you know what? Here's the thing. We get enough Krendan's commandos. We get enough new Assguards. Maybe one of them's a werewolf. We get you clear of the gumbo. Find a werewolf style that works for you. Ta-da, werewolf again.
Yes, we could try and mix a...
No more gumbos. Maybe
No,
just
not
one.
not a gumbo. I mean, a more controllable, perhaps temporary wolf aspect.
Exactly. We could sort out so instead of being a werewolf, you could be like a were-hunting dog. Something where you're like more in control of yourself and more personable.
A werewolf.
A werewolf?
A werewolf.
A werewolf. Yes,
Yeah.
I like that. We're doing that. That's the one. Krendan, you are the smartest guy. Krendan's Commandos, a werewolf, 10 out of 10. I'm so proud of you. You're doing great work. This is why you have to run this thing. There's nobody else I would put in charge of this.
I need to lick under my hind leg now.
I'll leave to let you do that alone. It
I
always
would appreciate that.
It feels weirdly personal whenever a dog
Particularly
does
when I'm anthropomorphized like this. It's
Yeah,
deeply
yeah.
unsettling.
No, you do you. Do you want me to tell the nurses to stay out for a minute?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Everybody, stay out. It's fine. Stay out. You're the coolest. And he just pieces out.
Great.
He's out. He leaves.
Yep.
He leaves. Seeing nurses are good. He feels better about this whole thing. He can go back and just kind of go to sleep, check his mail.
Excellent. Gartok, you finally finished growing things in the
Yay!
dirt. Was there anything else you wanted to do on this day?
I mean, the only thing that Gartok can think to do is to talk to Cormium, but we already decided that we're not.
Well, you
can't
could check in
do
with
that
Quinny,
alone.
who has returned about the
I
Cormium
think I
situation.
want to because
Yep.
I want to, in lieu of like information from elsewhere about like what are the Planteer's nefarious plans now. Like, I kind of just
World
gotta
peace, obviously.
maybe have to like talk to the guy and get to know him a bit better. So I think I gotta find Quinny and just
All right.
figure out next steps.
You can do that.
To the castle I go.
Yeah. So, Quinny, you just step back through the portal. Gartok rolls up.
Hey, Gartok, what's up?
Hey, Quinny. Where did you just come? Where did you just come from?
I just came from the fortress. I've got a whole bunch of potions to curtail Cormium's most attractive features to Butthole. So,
Wait, what do you mean what do you mean curtail? What are you potions?
I mean, if he drinks this one, he's going to stink. If he drinks this one, he's going to talk really dumb. If he drinks this one, he's going to have a weird voice. If he drinks this one, he's going to be Urkel.
Urkel?
Not Merkel. It's fine. Urkel. Way lower stakes.
Okay, I trust that's a bad thing.
It's not a sexy, cool thing.
Okay, I'm just trying to understand. What's your plan with these potions exactly?
Basically just to disarm this guy in a way that like he doesn't have swords or like crazy magic, but he is powerful and potent in a way that our nation's leader and also the god of this religion is infatuated with him. So
Okay.
And a messenger shows up with a bag of metal and says, pardon me, Mr. of Culture, Chief Justice, Leanne Lineshield has sent along this package for you.
thank you very much. Perfect. Thank
Whoa,
you.
what's that?
This is the other half of the equation. What the potions don't handle, this stuff will. His face,
Wait,
like a mask.
wait, what? I'm sorry. What exactly are you planning on doing with our guest?
And I hold up a big bag of clanky metal things, like, make him wear this. And I hold up
Wait,
the flight of potions, like, make him drink these.
You do understand that he is free to leave if he wants to, right?
No, I don't think he is.
Yeah, we said he's being kept to make sure that, everyone here stays safe until he can sort it out. But if he wants to leave, he can leave.
He can request to leave, and we can take that request under advisement, but I don't think he can walk out of here because we didn't ask Reginald to be paranoid to let someone just come and go as they please. That's
No,
not how
he can't
Reginald
come
works.
and go. He can stay here until we know that it's safe, or he
And
can
wear
get the fuck
this
out.
and drink these. Or he can get the fuck out.
Yeah. I'm just saying he can say no and get the fuck out.
Sure.
Okay, as long
solves
as
my
we're
problem.
understanding that we're not forcing him to do anything, there were very clear terms. I'm not going to say we're not imprisoning you and then like start to be like, hey, you got to do all this shit.
No,
or
we are forcing him to do a lot of things. He can say no to those things and then leave. If he wants to stay, he wears this, he drinks these. It's like, take your shoes off in my house, but, just orders of magnitude more fucked up.
All right. Do we know that these posters are safe? I trust that you've done your due diligence.
Yeah, I think so.
Roll me a deception check.
Do I?
Yeah, roll a
They are
insight.
Mark 1 untested potions.
18.
11 plus deception?
You're
Where's
doomed.
my deception?
His deception is grotesque.
It is. Yeah, that's a 24.
Fucking hell.
That's fucked up. I didn't know that. I forgot.
I did. You're the greatest
I
liar in
forgot.
the world.
Oh, thank you.
I've had to try to catch you, and it doesn't work.
Sounds fine. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if
Yeah.
you've done your due diligence, then
Mo Dirt made them. They're great. He's a warlock of mixology.
he is. That
Yeah.
is his specialty.
Yeah.
All right.
He's really turned the place around, too.
Okay, I'm just saying there's no like force drinking, force feed. What's force feed when it's a drink?
Holding out these potions and saying, drink these or get the fuck out of the kingdom.
Yeah, we're not doing.
That's exactly what we're doing.
That's exactly what we're doing. But there's no like, you have you get it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're both on the same page
Okay.
100%.
All right. Is it time
I
to
don't like
interrogate
this.
Cormium?
We're not interrogating him.
Is it time to have a polite conversation with Cormium?
Thank you.
Or did you want to bring Butthole for that?
I want to talk to him first, but Butthole can visit him, whenever Butthole wants. I just want to make sure that these safety features are here so that Butthole can talk to this guy and like get to know him without these kind of intoxicating
Okay, so you're going to load
features.
him up with the stuff first, and then Butthole can come.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I'll talk to him while I'm administering this stuff kind of
Okay.
thing. But this is basically to like Butthole can talk to this person and get to know Cormium as much as he wants kind of thing, but just without this like weaponized, intoxicating charm and these traits. Like if he likes the person underneath all that stuff, like I'm not going to do anything to stop him from liking that person.
Because Cyrano de Bergerac-ing him.
He just needs it. Quinny needs this to be. He needs Butthole's judgment to be unclouded by these things that Butthole has admitted are affecting his judgment.
Okay.
So just Quinny taking those pieces off the field, and then you can continue to play.
Gartok would like to become Juniper since this is a little bit more diplomatic. Gartok doesn't need to inspire.
Roll that dice.
Oh man.
Quinny,
Yeah.
get ready. I might wolf out.
Well, what do you mean get ready? Like I've got my arm full of like gear.
Iron
I'm
Zoid.
holding potions.
It's a flight of potions
Yeah.
in your hand.
Yeah. No. Wait. Is there anyone nearby who could remove a curse?
The king or the pope?
All right. Where's the Pope?
I think he's a pope. I can't remember.
He hasn't officially had a term in a while. So
So where is God help
Is
me?
Farthole nearby?
Where is
Fartle will be
Fartle?
at the Church of Rediscovered Hope. He's
Okay.
where
Can
he's
we make
working.
us just a pit stop?
Leave the castle. It's like a 20-minute walk. Incredible.
Yeah. Do I have to come with you?
No, but I don't want you to have a nice conversation with Cormium when I'm not there.
Oh, I won't. It won't be nice, but anyway, fine. Fine.
Quinny, I'm trying
Gartok.
to. Oh, jeez.
I know. You need this. You need this to be said and done a certain way.
Yes.
It's not going to happen that way, but I know you need it to feel like that.
'Cause we're trying to build a nation under principles.
Uh-huh.
We have to uphold those principles.
I feel good about this.
You can't just pick and choose who the principles apply to. No, you can't. You can't.
What? Just remind me what principles I'm breaching by telling this guy to do these things or get the fuck out. A guy, by the way, who is a Planteer.
I honestly can't remember, but you're kind of being a dick.
Yep. I know. I'm having the time of my life. This is great.
All right. At which point,
Finally,
Gartok,
finally, my strengths can be
you
applied.
take off to go find Farthole, passing Patty Two Eyes, who shows him and goes, "Hey, short stuff. There's someone looking for you with a bunch of armor.
A bunch of armor.
Yeah, a big clanking bag.
Oh, I got the
Yeah,
bag. I
what,
got
you got
this.
it?
Yeah.
I don't even know why I bother. And then she fucks off.
I don't know either. God, I hate her.
So Gartok, you wheel your way out of the castle and take the 20-minute scoot over to the Church of Rediscovered Hope. Ryan, what is going on in the church?
3 days has made this a very different place from the original theory, which is now there are a number of, perhaps not clerics, perhaps not people with powers, but one might say mouthpieces for various gods with their own large statues standing under this X-like but not X structure, all giving sermons competitively and loudly at the same time, with people wandering through, kind of giving a listen to each, kind of like sampling the wares and then deciding who they want to listen to.
Again, it's that scene in The Life of Brian.
I mean, yes.
Yes.
So they're journeying through, just kind of trying to figure it out, and Farthole is on the end. Everyone else is standing on an apple box, and he's standing on 3 apple boxes to be the same height as them, to be able to just rant and rail. And he's clearly upset. He's got a couple of people listening to him who have electrical burns still, but they've been like healed enough that they're fine. You can just see the marks on their outfits from where they were zapped. And he's going, "You got to watch out for the Satan. He's there. He'll show up in the sky. He'll tell such lies. He says he's nice and he does a murder. That's not nice. You can't say sorry while killing someone to someone else and then throw the body. That's what they do in the bad wars. The bad wars is when they huck a body and they make you sick."
And someone puts up a hand.
Yes?
What's a Satan?
The big blue man. He's got a bad face. He's got fuzz now. It ain't right. It ain't right. There's too many sharp angles.
So he's Captain Satan.
No, he just is the great Satan, which means he's the opposite of God. He's the evil God.
Okay, but that sounds kind of cool, though.
Nope. It's stupid and boring. What's one thing you really hate?
Homework?
Yeah, Satan loves homework. He wants you to do homework every night forever.
So my teacher is also Satan?
No, your teacher just might work for him. I can't rule that out.
This guy's making a lot of sense. It's like, go home, man. It's past your bedtime.
This is important for everyone to know. What you hate, Satan does. What you like, Butthole does. That's this religion right now.
Okay, now someone who is legitimately an adult puts their hand up and says,
yes?
Okay, but Captain Toriel made a bunch of crops for us, and so far King Butthole has just disappeared on a lot of errands and stuff. So
you mean he got us protected by the Lord's Alliance?
I don't even know what that is. I just know that I'm hungry and could have used those crops.
Well, did you know that people burped it when they weren't supposed to?
But
the army did that on its own.
King Butthole's watch,
The
people burned crops without King Butthole's okay. Doesn't sound like very good management to me.
Well, and it turns out someone disbanded the army for misbehavior because they burned shit they weren't supposed to. So now they're building you houses and making you farms. You want food in future? King Butthole. You want burnt food from the past? And a stupid army.
Burnt food from the past is very good. Holy shit. That's so fucking funny. Oh my God. Holy shit.
Check.
You want burnt food from the past? From a stupid army that doesn't even exist anymore? Okay. So good. Holy shit, dude.
Persuasion
Pure
check.
id.
So good.
I don't even know what's going to happen. That's a... it's not bad. It's persuasion?
Yep.
That is a 22.
Yeah, time travel food doesn't sound too good to me. All right, yeah, this Captain Satan sounds bad.
Yeah, he's going to come here and turn you all into trees. And then he says sorry by killing more people. Do you want to have a neck? Do you want to not be a tree?
I don't want to be a tree.
He'll kill you, make a statue, and then he'll say, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to, but then I did it again.
What? But wait, isn't King Butthole God? Can't he stop that?
Exactly. That's why we have to serve the good God to stop the Satan.
Okay, can any of these other gods help? It seems like there's a lot of possible gods.
They're all welcome to help. There's only one Satan right now.
Okay, I'm going to go ask some of these other guys if their gods can help.
Yeah, that's good. We should do a team up.
Yeah, a team up.
A team up between all the gods to stop Satan.
All right, sounds good.
Captain Planteer, Captain Turo. Ooh, I got a new name. You suck and you smell.
At which point, Gartok rolls in.
Hello, fart hole.
Oh, hey.
Hi. Sorry to disturb you. I gotta do a little switch.
Oh,
and I
okay,
just
you
need
want to do a sermon?
Yeah.
All right, you go up
no,
here.
No,
Wait,
no. I just need you to bop me if I become the wolf.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's good. You're good.
Yeah,
We're
I
good.
guess
You
so.
ready?
You can
okay.
do a remove curse.
Wait.
Yes.
Tyler the player.
No, Quinny's here. Quinny had to come along.
Oh, I thought you stayed behind.
Okay.
No, because Gartok was like, I'm not leaving you alone to have a nice conversation with Cormium.
Okay, so you're here too, Quinny?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remove I can make a
Yeah,
wolf
he's
go
done
back.
it before.
Okay, great.
I got the power of
Remember?
Butthole.
Good,
Remember?
yeah.
He bopped me on the snout.
Yeah,
Sure,
I
yep.
tell you, you're
Just
bad.
saying boops and bops and all
Yeah.
that. I would like someone to just say, I can do a remove curse on a werewolf. And
I
you
can
did.
do remove curse on a werewolf.
I'm good then.
All right.
Bopping and booping.
Come on, Juniper. Ah, shit.
Oh,
Bad. Hits you with a paper. Cast remove curse.
There's panic screaming from the
Everybody calm down.
It's fine.
This isn't a thing.
hi everyone. Hello.
There, see?
The power
Hello.
of Butthole defeats evil. This is what you can have in your life if you pray hard enough. You can be a cleric like me. You can do yelling and slap the wolf out of people.
Okay, we can go now, right?
I mean, that's all true. So,
And
Yeah.
a person comes back and says, "Okay, your Eminence, I've started asking people about the God Army.
Oh, great. What you
Well, the
got?
God Army
thank
we're
you,
putting together.
Farthole.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you later.
Yeah, you guys should go. I'm building my God
Yeah.
army.
Yeah, let's. When
You
you
wait until we get all the gods together to go to war.
This is not our battle right now.
Oh my God,
It
fine.
will be in future. You better pray.
Huh? Yeah.
And I got to see you for confession soon.
Jeez, remember, you wanted this.
You ever go confession
I
once a
just
week?
want it to be me.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're you. Let's get
Yeah.
out of here.
And as you will
Quinny
pass,
not
You still want me to
acknowledging.
get
Learn,
Not
learn
acknowledging.
remove curse, and then we don't have to do this again.
Learn remove curse, sure.
you hear someone like preaching on behalf of Sylvanus as well on the way out. You realize,
Oh,
like, everything-
hey.
they're like, "Oh, hey, yeah,
Hey. Yeah.
yeah,
I throw up an oak leaf.
yeah." They're like, "Oh."
Hey. Cool.
You notice that they're like everyone's just sitting around on like the ground and having like a nice chat while Farthole like brimstones it down the street. And you make your way back to the castle. So you arrive in the dungeon, and you are met with 12 tents in.
I was going to say,
12
you are
cells.
met with Reginald and multiple crossbows with wires laid out.
Hey,
Oh.
Reginald,
Good to see you.
we're here to see the prisoner. Or
All right.
Guest.
Well, then please stand right there. Don't move, and I'll be back in 20 minutes.
20
And Reginald turns around and just walks into the darkness. He has all the
Hang
dark
on.
guards switch positions. He picks a 13th cell where he moves people to. He sets up the glamping tent inside the cell so it looks all convincing. And then he goes back to the front. And he says, all right, I got to take these down. And you watch him take a bunch of wires down and some other traps. You're not even sure how they're triggered and like hit things on the walls you don't know. And then he takes out 2 bags of holding. He goes, okay, get in these.
What?
You have to get into the bag of holding.
How long?
You just took 20 minutes. You're going to take less time?
Yeah, it's going to be less time than I took.
Have you...
How close to 10 is it going to be?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. It's going to get close.
I don't want. Come on, that sucks.
Well, do you want to be? You want to see the prisoner, or do you want to stay
I
here?
want to see the prisoner.
Oh, well,
but
then
like,
get in the fucking bag.
okay, can you just open it for air, like at like 5 or something?
I could, but I'm going to be honest. I won't. I don't really feel the need to lie to you. This is what Quinny wanted. Get in the bag.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Oh yeah, get in the bag.
I don't like this side of you. And Juniper like basically levitates the
chair up and in.
gets
Yep.
down.
Perfect. If you don't like me, I'm doing my job. And he closes that one up. Quinny? Well, now it's going to have to be.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of time because the clock's ticking for Juniper, but I'll
yeah.
admit I'm very impressed. And I jump in.
Perfect. And then he sets the 2 bags down after they've been cinch shot and resets up all his traps for like a good 6
I
minutes.
thought you were going to say that the actual
is
glamping tent they need to go to
Christ.
is right behind you. You just put them down for 9 minutes.
Oh
that
my
they feel like
God.
they've traveled.
He spends 6 of those minutes resetting
All
traps.
right,
Dude,
Then
why?
walks 3 minutes, then waits 30 seconds,
Why?
and then shakes the bag a little bit, and then dumps him out into the cell and closes the door behind him.
What the fuck?
Ooh. Balancing a flight of potions.
So Corium is in the glamping tent?
In the glamping tent.
Oh yeah, he is like feet up on a chaise longue.
Yeah, go into the tent.
Extra cushions. He's got crocodile dentist out, and he's just like tapping away. He's wearing like a big comfy robe.
Hey, someone got you crocodile dentist. I'm so glad.
It was in here, and I must say it is a delight, though it seems as the manic chaos isn't quite as enjoyable when it's only one. Would the two of you seem out of breath, but would you care to play? I understand it's a breathless game, and the sight of me is also somewhat breathtaking.
I can see
I'll
you're
play with you.
recovering nicely.
He still looks rough, but yeah, he's it's nice being the finer things. Yeah. He's bad at crocodile dentist. You kick his ass quite squarely.
Nice.
Didn't realize you could take the teeth out that quickly. I shall work on this. Anyway, how may I assist?
That's
bows slightly.
That's a great question, Cormium. How may you assist? Because look at this nice place we've got you staying shacked up in and giving you sanctuary and all that good stuff. That doesn't come free. So how can you help us?
Juniper just looks, just does like a slow head turn to Quinny as in like, this is the angle.
I think you may be misunderstanding what sanctuary means. I didn't come here to. I have nothing to offer other than that tattered robe that you can have, I suppose.
My apologies. I just came here to talk, to just chat, just kind of figure out what's going on.
Yep, maybe you better lead this then.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. Got off on the wrong foot. Didn't mean any of that. I can roll deception if you want. 3 plus 13 for 16, and I'll kick in Dark One's own luck.
Mm-hmm.
Extra D10.
Oh!
A 1 for a total of 17.
He looks at you and says, "You seem to have a rather high position here, and yet you seem to feel the need to belittle and prove something. Are you okay?"
There is something that I need to prove. But you don't need to know about what it is.
Fair enough. Your apology is hollow.
Yes.
Depressing. But given my circumstance, I will accept it.
Oh, I depressed you. Well, there's something then.
Looks at Juniper.
Juniper just holds out her hand. It's like, we haven't formally met. You met me as Gartok. I'm Juniper.
He goes to shake your hand, but he does it in the kiss the ring way, because that's the only way he knows how. And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm going to turn his hand.
Juniper kind of grabs his hand, like turns, rotates
yes.
it. Yeah.
Yes. It's a pleasure to meet you, Juniper. I'm Cormium Planteer.
Can I call you Cormium?
Please.
Okay.
The last name is somewhat distasteful to me.
Right. Can I ask? I mean, I don't want to trigger the whole. She points to her mouth. The melty thing. How did you get here? You looked so rough when you arrived. Like, how long were you traveling? What happened?
In order to not trigger my particular condition, I can't speak to exactly what happened to me, but I can say that I have been traveling for several months.
Months?
Yes, unfortunately.
All alone?
Yes, I have managed to make temporary acquaintance along the way, although my magic is not with me. I am still charming. I still know, I'm still well brought up. I've learned the ways of the world, and so here and there I was able to make my way, but it is a rough world out there. The crossing was not pleasant.
The crossing.
As this conversation is going on, I would just like to flag that Quinny has grasped his tooth of Baba Yaga to open that line of communication. And he just wants to say, hey, Baba Yaga, check this out.
No, what?
Just, through my eyes, through my ears.
Oh, hang on.
Have a look and listen.
Yes, no, you'll get everything you want. All of it. Yes, all of it. All you need to do is owe me 3 favors down the road. Yes, only 3. Yes, it is a deal. Okay, good. All right. Ta-ta. Sorry, Quinny. There's a guy with a particularly interesting large toe that I really want for my collection, and I just figured if I could just swing some luck and charm his way, maybe I'd get it. And honestly, I think I'm about 3 dinosaur races in Coult away from getting it, so it'll be a delight. Anyway, my apologies. Through your eyes and through your ears?
Yeah.
Yes, and what are we looking at?
A Planteer.
Oh.
Exiled, it seems.
Oh.
Magical NDA.
Oh.
Want to know more about it. Think it's in the vein of contracts and infernal pacts and things like that. I'm not 100% sure. Wanted your 2 cents on it.
I'm not aware of any warlock Planteers, to be honest, but yes, I'll pay attention.
Thanks.
And Cormium continues saying, yes, I had to pretend to be a traveling noble, and still I had to travel steerage. But I made do. And then I found myself on the Sword Coast, and unfortunately you dum-dums tend to travel around a lot. I went and sought out the kingdom of Queen Dottle, but found you were no longer there. And then I had to travel some time, but luckily the rising of the undead was a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Kind of had to take to ground for a bit. Not much of a fighter, more of a lover, as you can probably tell. But once that situation was resolved, it became very clear where Butthole had ended up, and I thought I would seek him out. It was the only friend, possibly, I have left. The only safe harbor.
Okay, so you spent the entire time finding us just because Butthole was the only one who could take you in?
I don't know what to do. I've been part of an aristocratic, magical ruling class for my whole life.
And what did you do exactly? Not that I haven't met aristocratic ruling class types before, but there's different kinds. So
he kind of tests the water on speaking and realizes he can get away with this. And he says, you may know that the Planteers are not originally of this particular realm. Mm-hmm. But our nation is prosperous, powerful, and comfortable. That is until the machinations of the unseen hand, the rise of a Ka in the world. Something I can't talk about. And he thinks for a second, goes to talk, and his lips stick together, and he says, yes, no, can't touch that. But there are reasons Ka and the Planteers clashed. Several, not the least of which was your dimension-traveling Emily situation. Mm-hmm. But a great deal of our time was spent in the summoning of our god into this realm. We knew he was lost, and pulling him through was quite an effort. I believe my brother died on some accursed wind island attempting to bring us rings. There were various artifacts throughout this world were needed to attempt to summon our god.
Yeah.
So a lot of our time was spent doing that, and as the representative of heart and charm, it was my job to get people on side for those sorts of things. There had to be a great deal of love and respect. Love and respect given to our efforts there. And, my brethren are not particularly classy, per se. When you control the earth, you are a bit more rough and tumble. If you control fire, you often take on some of those qualities and traits. The water Planteer is very wishy-washy, so you need a face that the people can rally around, and often that was me. But the nation is strong, where we seek to continue to learn our place in this world, but without it, I have literally nothing. I don't know what to do. I don't know anyone. I cannot relate to these people I meet. I only have ever really found one person I can relate in some way to who isn't one of the Planteers, and that is unfortunately one of the many people I have betrayed. And yet I sensed a kindness in him, despite his rather gruff exterior, that I hoped would take pity on me. But I do not know what to do in this world.
Well, okay. I mean, you've been at this for many, many months, and I know that can be trying in and of itself, and you don't necessarily have a lot of time to worry about the far future. But did you ever imagine what would happen to you when you got here? Like, what you would do?
Well, I thought either I would be killed on sight, jailed and forced to go through some horrible ordeal to prove my allegiance, or perhaps I would be able to speak to Butthole and perhaps find some way forward. When you spend your whole life as a powerful mage, not having any of those capabilities anymore is rather a kick in the teeth.
Okay.
Now, I have been kicked in the teeth several times. I can attest that is what it feels like.
Yes. Okay, yeah, it does. I've died, so I get it.
Impressive.
But
A one-upmanship, huh?
I mean, it's just the truth. I've died. You've died, right, Quinny?
Quinny's not going to say anything because he can tell this guy is starting to rub Juniper the wrong way a little bit, and he just wants to let that ride. So Quinny will just like shrug, like, yeah.
What did you want beyond that? Like, once you talk to Butthole, what's your goal?
Have you ever been in a situation where you don't have basic necessities? I understand you've died, but I mean just traveling, lack of food, lack of shelter, lack of safety.
I mean, we've spent a lot of my time, a lot of the past couple of years have been spent without safety, having to build my own shelter,
So
having
you're
to find
capable
my
of
own
building
food.
shelter.
Yeah,
You know how to find food.
I do.
Hunt, gather, grow.
I do.
That sword, you know how to use it?
Absolutely, I do.
Mm-hmm. So what if you had none of those things? Because that is what I am without my magic and charms. I've never had to work at those things. I literally do not know how. I was born with magic. The Plantari are inherently magical. Our entire nation runs on magic.
Mm-hmm.
It is like I've lost all of my senses simultaneously. I am adrift. And the fact that my family, and then his mouth melts. And he just like tenses his hands in dramatic ways and like casts the crocodile dentist aside. Teeth go scattering.
So, okay, I'll try to.
He waits a second,
I'll
works
try
his
to keep
jaw, and the
clear of
mouth
that,
reforms.
So
No, I didn't imagine a future beyond simply where I would find shelter. I didn't imagine any like gestures to the pillows and the plushness. Although you can tell this is put on. He isn't legitimately luxuriating in this.
Yeah.
It's he's playing the bit. Now that he's a bit more comfortable, he's kind of fallen back at old habits. But he says, I simply needed a next step. I needed something beyond just attending to my base needs. And the only thing I could think of, the only safe thing I could think of was Butthole.
Okay. I won't, I get it. I won't push you further on that. I accept that as an answer.
Thank you. So may I see him?
No, not yet. Now that you have food and you have water and you are relatively safe, I would really love it if you could give some thought as to what you actually want. Imagine you're not getting your magic back. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want to do next week, next month, next year?
Roll for him. He goes to say something snarky and then holds his tongue and says, I will have to think on that, Juniper. I do not know.
Well, I look forward to hearing what you think about that.
Thank you. Now, how do I prove myself to you, Quinny?
I don't know that you can, but there will be some requirements and conditions that you have to meet in order to speak to the king. And if you agree to those, the king will speak to you. And if the king signs off on you, then you're okay by me.
I don't particularly need to speak to a king. I would like to speak to Butthole. So,
Why?
he is the only person who has shown me legitimate kindness in my life.
You're a handsome, charming guy. You can't just give some rich old widow a thrill and get your luxuries and your shelter that way?
Oh, I did, and I have, but I find myself somewhat unable to these days. I can charm basically, but it's as though I've been stripped of the... I am used to being able to do it effortlessly, and now it takes a tremendous amount of effort, and the results are not the same. I don't understand why people don't look at me the same way, don't talk to me the same way. I don't understand why everything I've ever done doesn't work the same way anymore. It's as though I trained without weights, and now I have weights on me. And I find myself at a point where giving a rich widow a thrill is not fulfilling. I've built a nation. I've summoned a god. Hanging out in some old parlor house with someone who doesn't give a shit about me, just gives a shit about the show, is not a fulfilling future to Juniper's
Juniper
question.
rolled her eyes. Sorry, just to be clear.
Yeah.
It's okay if you saw that.
Yeah. Is not a future I desire. And to be clear, if I'm sent away after all of this, fine. If I have to meet your conditions, fine. Let's see if you give this up. Yeah, he rolled high enough. I'm actually rolling to see if he will continue to give information or if he will be a dick about it and just clam up. So a successful roll means he will continue to be honest about shit. I've not known much kindness in my life that hasn't been transactional in nature or merely in service of my beauty and charms. It's not for me, really. It's for those. So, having encountered that before I evaded him, rather handily, I should add, Butthole is the only person who's shown me that. It's the only time I've ever seen it in this world. And I figured, even if it meant my possible death, I would rather die seeking that than live without ever knowing it again.
How does he make you feel? When you think about that kindness, the only kindness someone's ever shown you, kindness of someone who stayed my hand when I was going to kill you.
Can you roll a persuasion at advantage?
Total of 9.
9.
Oof.
He grits his teeth and says, I believe that's for his ears, not yours. I don't know that yours deserve it.
Well, I'll be here when he talks to you.
Fine. Then you may hear it. It can be cast off. Table scraps. He's like, with that failed check and his one check, going a different way now.
Yep, that's fine.
Yep.
We're wrapping up.
So you can enjoy the table scraps, I suppose, of my emotional unveilings and feelings, if that will please you. Little voyeuristic thrill for a little voyeuristic man.
Hey, Cormium. Who holds the power here? Stop being a dick.
Oh, she's coming around. It feels so good.
Just friendly advice. Doing you a kindness.
Very good. Well, I will meet your conditions when you require them of me. Until then, either more dentistry or I don't know that we have much else to say.
Give me a minute. And Quinny will would like to have like an aside in our
glamping tent?
spacious, expansive glamping tent.
Canonically, there are several rooms.
Yes,
so
if I remember correctly. Yeah. And say to Juniper, well, how do you feel about all that?
I don't like that his goal is just to talk to Butthole and that's it.
Yep. And we don't know why. And he won't say why unless we make him say why.
Yeah. So until I hear something that he has to say beyond just the conversation with Butthole, until he's talking without that being the end goal, I don't want to give him the opportunity.
We've got 7 days left
6.
now. Yeah. And then it's Butthole's call at that point.
Yeah.
Butthole says we have 7 days, 6 days to gauge whether this guy is safe or not. We can't wait him out. We would have to make him talk. And that goes down a path that I don't think you want to go down.
I'm just wondering, he wants to be charming. He's
not very without his
I know, I'm just saying
tricks.
It's harder with two of us. I wonder if it would be easier for one person to remain disaffected by him than have, two of us here. I mean, I rolled my eyes, I think, like 5 fucking times, but I don't know. I'm just thinking with this guy, one-on-one might be easier just because he might try to use his quote-unquote charm and shit to get past one of us when we're alone. He might reveal something. I don't know.
Well, do you want to take another crack at him solo and I'll hang out in the den?
I want to give him the day to think. I already asked him to think about something. I want to know his answer to that.
Okay.
I think this is enough
We
to
can
start
take
with.
another
I think
day.
it's just going to go downhill if we keep going today.
Okay.
Okay.
If you feel good about him, I'm good to call it there. So if your criteria gets met, I'm good to say, yeah, let's bring Butthole in to talk to him.
Okay.
I'll have him meet my conditions, which, by the way, are these. And I hold up the gear
and
the potions.
Okay.
And then Butthole can talk to him.
Okay.
And he can say whatever it is he's got to say to him. Whether he loves him or he hates him. I don't know how somebody who's lived like that his entire life feels about someone who showed him kindness in the face of open hostility. Maybe he doesn't understand Butthole, or maybe he can't be without him anymore. Or maybe something else.
This is confounding, but okay.
It's annoying is what it is.
Yeah,
What other stuff to do?
No, I know. All right. Good to go?
Yep.
Okay.
And with that, you both
Sack me.
jump back in the bags.
Bag me.
See you tomorrow, Cormium.
Ta-ta.
All right, so get in the bag and you're in there for 9.5 minutes where he wanders around and
Fucking
shakes them
hell.
the same amount of time. Then he dumps you out into the elevator and he says, well, if you come back tomorrow, it's going to be weirder. This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante, Tyler Hewitt, and Laura Hamstra, alongside our Dungeon Master, Tom McGee. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR. All of their music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons.
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Alarain Okapi, Madre de Gatos, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dia de los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, Alex LaFountain, Mickey Blake, Seth Cambron, Corpse Knight Silver, Adam Mir 101, The Dankler,
Anti-Core 7,
and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumbdumbdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.